exciting night for me because I'm debuting my little internet show that I'm doing here. Hopefully what we're going to do is debut once a week, every Thursday at 8 p.m. We're just beginning here. This is my new little baby, so welcome. I hope you enjoy here at the office. It's going to be a very fun, a very informative show. We're going to get intense. There's going to be some real deep conversations, but it's going to be fun as well. We're going to have a lot of fun on the office. So let me introduce you guys and let you guys kind of know what this show is going to be about. Basically, every week, what I want to do in starting off the show, I want to introduce one small business a week. So any business that you guys might have, small businesses that you kind of just want to get out there and get a little bit more exposure, definitely go ahead and send me your information. You can go ahead and DM me on Instagram at Brittany Futrell, or you can inbox me here on this platform. Send me the name of your business. Send me the something about your business, a picture, a video. I would love for you to mail me some product, but if not, send me some information about your business, some intricate details, and I'm going to choose which business I'm going to do every week. Well, I'll do all the businesses at a time, but it'll probably be, one at a time. So I'm excited for that. I want to get people, small businesses out there. So what'll happen is I'm debuting the show on Facebook, but I'm going to do it live every Thursday, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So, that's what'll be happening. Once everything progresses, more technology will be involved. I can get a little bit, but right now I'm starting from ground zero. So, we're just going to see where it goes, how it progresses, and trust me, as time goes on, the technology will get a lot more grand. So, yes, you can follow me on Instagram, DM me on here. You can email me at ygabanna@yahoo.com. You can send me your material there also. Since I'm the first person on my show right now, introducing everything, and I have no small businesses, I'm going to introduce my own small business first, and that is Angel Wing Sauce, here, as you can see, and Blood of Jesus rib sauce. So Angel Wing Sauce is a homemade hot wing sauce. It is a recipe that I made originally from me. It's a hot sauce. It has a sweet taste. You can put it on your hot wings. That's what I recommend. But I have also used it as a marinade on my chicken, burgers, things like that. You can use it for whatever. If you're a cook, you kind of know what you can use it for. Right? It's great stuff. $6 a jar. You can follow us at Angel Wing Sauce on Instagram. There's a link to my website in the bio, and you can also inbox me here on this platform if you want to order. I accept PayPal, Cash App, and we'll get that out to you, ship it out to you, okay? Secondly, yes, the Blood of Jesus rib sauce. It's a new flavor I've made. It's a rib sauce. You can use it on your ribs. This is not hot at all. This is like a twingy, exotic taste. It's very different. Put this on your ribs, but you can also use this as a marinade as well. And you can follow us here at Blood of Jesus, _Jesus1 on Instagram, okay? And get your jar. Don't miss out. It's some good stuff here, I can guarantee. So that's how we'll do that. Every week we'll have one small business, right? Secondly, every week, what I want to do coming in is introduce a underground unsigned artist. I love music. I love music. I know that us as upcoming artists, everybody's trying to be a rapper. Everybody's trying to be a singer. So, you just want to have different platforms and different avenues to get your stuff out and get seen and maybe get some recognition where people can hear your music, because ultimately, as artists, you want people to enjoy your art. So I'm going to be debuting one underground artist each week. So like I said before, send me your information, send me your music, send me your acting skills, send me a snippet of your monologues, and send that to my Instagram at Brittany Futrell, DM me, or send it through this inbox here, or my email once again is Yahoo, ygabanna@yahoo.com, ygabanna@yahoo.com, and I'll definitely show one underground artist a week. Just to, more exposure for people. The more people that know you and see you, the better it is. So, yeah, send that to me because I got you. Okay? And like I said, since this is the first night, so you guys get an exclusive debut of this show because you're on my Facebook. So, tonight, since I'm the first underground artist that I have in my archives, I'm going to debut me, which my stage name is Lady B. I do music and acting as on the side, and I've been doing it for years. I've actually in the process now of completing my first EP that is all by me, by myself. I've done a lot of features with other rappers and singers, but this is the first time I'm actually doing music by myself and creating and writing it and everything, so it's super exciting for me. And I'm going to debut and let you guys hear this song that I wrote that I love, actually. It's called Getting Top. So we're going to go ahead and let you guys hear that. Alrighty. Here we go. And comment, guys, if you guys can't hear it. Please comment and let me know. Getting top. Getting top. That's an outfit, that's an outfit. Getting top in the drop top Chevy. He feels my race, so he know I'm top heavy. Wanna be, well I hope you're so ready. My Glock so pretty, can't hold up in the steady. Dirty money in the bank, can't have it. My hair so silky that it could your girl baggy. When I ain't on the dick, he always getting happy. He choose what man I want tonight, there's so many. They told me that my skin color would change it, but that ain't blue shit, I got the boys hating. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And history told that I'm better for you. Said I wouldn't have much, I got plenty. Don't act fake when I come around, understand. Honestly, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. Hustling in my veins, you seem a bit jelly. Jacket on of these hurdles can't stop me. He like it when I give this head so sloppy. Lying up the game about to slurry me. This is the life. I'm living that I'm living. Lord, if I'm all right, that's Lady B, guys. That's me. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, so each week I'm going to debut one new artist. We want to get people out there. All right, guys, thanks for that. This portion of the show here is called the email. This is where it gets intense, guys. This is where the real comes out. I just want to let you guys know. I want this to be a safe place for people to talk. this is called the office, so we have like a structure like the office here. So every time you first get into the office, you check your emails, you know. So this is called the emails. My best friend just said, girl, we're gonna call it emails and say, girl, what's your tea? Oh, my candle just went out. We're gonna say, what's your email? And so if you guys want to be CC'd on the email, or you want to talk, or you want to be CC'd on what we're talking about and chime in, you just send an invite to this live, and I'll bring you in and you can chime in. And I want the people to give their 2 cents on the subjects that we're talking about, right? This is the part where it gets super intense. It's really intense because I'm going to touch on subjects that we do not talk about publicly in the black community, white community, whatever community. It just is not talked about, and we're going to talk on it. It may get a little uncomfortable. It may get a little edgy, but that's fine. We're going to keep it very classy and very tasteful, but we're going to let people chime in and say their feelings as well. We're not here to bash anyone. We're not here to bash a particular community. Everybody from every, walk of life will be able to chime in and give their perspective. So if you want to and you care about doing that, go ahead and, I'll CC you and you send me an invite and I'll add you to the discussion. This is a safe place for healing here. What I've learned about myself is growing up in Norfolk, I kind of had to be a savage. I was a little prissy girl and around the way. I had a light voice. And so my city was very gritty, and you couldn't show 1 ounce of vulnerability or being a punk or none of that. And so I came from a very rough childhood, very hurtful and painful childhood. And I had to just suppress all of that. I didn't want people to see I was vulnerable. I didn't want people to see I was hurt. And so I had to put that to the back burner, to the back. I could not, I had to put that to the back burner. I couldn't be this girl that went through the healing process and let people see me cry and sad and weak. So I put a lot to the back burner. And so now what I'm doing is allowing my healing process. I'm 35 now. I realized I didn't have time to let myself heal then. So I'm letting myself heal now. I'm giving myself the opportunity. And that's why I'm bringing people together, and we're talking about tough situations. And this is going to be a safe place and a healing place for people to talk and to heal. I don't want you to think that we're just going to be opening wounds and opening things, and we're not going to have professionals come in and give us professional advice on how to cope with the pain, how to deal with, how to move forward, and all of these things, because I don't want to just open a wound and we don't know how to heal it and cover the wound. So that we'll be doing that as well. So it's going to be really fun here. So I just hope you guys chime in and you guys like the show, because I'm going to be here for a while. That's my goal. Okay. So our first email, what's in that email, is marriages. Now, I come from a family that I've seen 30, 40, 50-year marriages, okay? And in those marriages, hey, Steph, I'm going to chime you in. I have Iris here. She's another wife. She's going to chime in first because I was giving you time to get ready. And then after that, I'm going to chime you in, Steph. And so, I'm glad to have some wives on board. So the first thing is, if you've been in a marriage for 10, 15, or 20 years, and you guys have a bond, a union, it's strong, right? And one of the people in the marriage steps out and cheats. There's an infidelity. Hell, there's an outside kid, right? Do you dismantle the marriage and the bond because of one infidelity? I want to hear. I'm not a wife. I used to be, but I'm not a wife anymore, and I know my thoughts. But I want to get, the people a chance to chime in and get other perspectives and bounce off someone. So I have a good friend of mine. She grew up with me from childhood. I'm so happy that we reconnected. She's a wife, and she's real. She's like me. So I want her to chime in. So if you could, Iris, I don't know how I can add you. Can you send me an invite? Or I don't know how to add you. Hey, Ash, love you too, baby. This is my show, The Office. Yeah, I'm debuting it tonight, so it's going to be some interesting stuff. So, yeah, Iris, I don't know if you can, how do I chime you in, girl? Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. It says adding. I think it takes a while. Okay, Iris, I added. Let's see if that works. All right, that's connecting. Hey, girl. Hi. I love you. Tell everybody about you, Iris. Give a little bit of feedback and where people can check you out. Introduce yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Iris Cuffy now. I got married on September 2nd of this year to my love. This is marriage number 3, though, for me. This is marriage number 3. So, oh, sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
To be a little transparent, this is marriage number 3 for me. I got married my first time at 19 to my son's father. Very, 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 very toxic. Very toxic. And it was not because of our age. I hate when people say you get married young. That's why I don't work. No. Many excuses the Black community uses to put up with generational curse behavior. That's what I call it. Second marriage, I was married for we were together almost 10. He passed away, unfortunately. And now God sent me another king, and we've been together almost 2 years, and we got married this year on September 2nd. So,
wow. Congratulations on that. I'm sorry about your first husband. I didn't know.
Yes, we went to school with him. I will fill you in later.
Okay, yes. Give me the tea, girl. CC me on that email, okay? So, you know that question. After 10, 15, 20 years, Iris, what is your take? If he cheats or you cheat or he cheats or there's an outside kid, like, do you feel like you would dismantle the dynasty, the bond, the businesses, the home? Like, or do you think it's worth to let it go?
Okay, well, let's just talk about, I believe that there's 2 types of cheating. The first type that's more detrimental to any relationship, especially in marriage, is emotionally cheating. When you emotionally cheat and you invest your time in asking somebody about their day, how's the kids, how's your mom, how you're feeling, I just wanted to check on you, I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking about you today. You have given that person a piece of you that only your spouse should have, and that is a super duper deal breaker. I don't care what we got going on. If you're willing to invest in your time and take time out of your day to ask somebody about their sick mama, their kids, how's work going, did you eat today, are you feeling better, you've already too deep in. Now, on the other hand, if you sleep with someone, I've always been told that I act like a nigga because it's how I feel. I'm going to keep it real. My girl want me to keep it real, so I'm going to keep it real.
Keep it 100, Iris. We don't want
cheat on me.
We want it a 5,000. Keep it 5,000, girl.
I got you. I will cry. I'm not crying because I'm hurt. I'm crying because of the disrespect. And those tears are really anger. But see, you consider me crying as, damn, man, I really hurt her. Oh, no, you hurt you. Because see, now I'm going to cheat and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stop when I feel like it. Because see, you started when you felt like it. So I'm going to stop when I feel like it. And women, we're much more slicker with it. You'll never know. Right. We're not sloppy. We're not going to be leaving numbers around, inboxes, having people meet us at home.
Exactly.
We would never sleep with anybody that's your caliber. So it would never be no way for you to catch us. So the best bet, I feel, if you have to cheat, leave. If it gets to that point where you have to cheat, it's best to leave because you're opening your spouse up to diseases. You're opening your spouse up to emotional tear. What if the person you sleep with don't leave you alone? What if they start stalking your spouse? What if they start stalking your kids at school? What if they damage property that you and your spouse both own? It's way deeper than just sleeping with somebody. What if you and your spouse make up and the person won't go away? Then what? What if the wife gets pregnant? Then that baby is in the home with the husband because she cheated on him. How is that going to make him feel raising somebody else's baby? What if he knocks somebody up? Then not only are you married to this man, but you got a stepchild. that you got to look at every day, because you love your husband so much, you're going to accept the child.
Yeah.
When it's businesses involved, this is how I feel about businesses and bank accounts. I've been through the joint account thing and everything. It does work. I'm a fan of that. And I tell people all the time when they say I keep my money separate, it's pros and cons to it, but it's more pros. And I'll tell you why. When you're trying to buy homes, you're doing business propositions and things like that, when you have that joint account and they see a lot of savings going in there, money, direct deposit stuff, it builds equity. So and it shows stability with your partner. So not only can you get a loan, if you can't get it because of your credit score, your partner can get it. So it helps you out in the long run. So if there's cheating or infidelity involved and it's a business, you might want to think twice before you completely call it quits. I do believe you should always have lawyers, some type of legal involved. And if you can't afford a lawyer, because no offense, we all get on hard times, legal aid is free. They'll walk you through it to set up something in place that both of y'all will be protected if you do decide to split, if you do own a business. I do not believe.
So hold up, Iris. Let me ask you a question. Let me pause you for a second. So it looks like you're going in the direction of, depending on how much monetary things are tied to it, you can think twice before leaving the marriage if there's infidelity. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, let me. How should I say this? I don't think you should stay if money's involved, because anything could happen. Filing for bankruptcy, losing a job, the unexpected medical expense, and then the money will be gone. I do not think you should stay with somebody for monetary gain. However, if there is a joint business involved that both of y'all have put time and money into, there should be a clause before that business starts that if something happens with our marriage, how we proceed as business partners, so we don't have to stay with each other if we fall in love with somebody else, if there's an outside child, or if we choose to leave each other. Be mature enough to have that conversation, so before y'all even take that marriage walk or the divorce step on both ends, so y'all can still be partners, work through it, or have your assistant work for y'all while y'all do y'all separation.
Absolutely. I understand that. I understand what you're saying with that. So basically you're saying once, it depends on the type of cheating. If it was emotional, then you just know the marriage is done pretty much. There's no really coming back from that.
Come back from that. Yeah. When somebody gives somebody their time where they're worried about their health and their day, you've already taken that from your other spouse. How would you think your spouse would feel if you're calling this person and like, how was your day? I just wanted to check on you. I've been thinking about you all day. That is more heartbreaking than a one-night stand to me.
Yeah.
I totally you're investing time. You're investing time into that person, and that's something that cannot be forgiven. Even if you tell the person you've forgiven them, you know you haven't.
Absolutely, Iris. So you're saying that those years don't matter. It depending on it. Depending on the details of the cheating too, it matters. Sometimes it's worth it to go.
Yes, because you have to understand something. You can be married to somebody for 20 years and never know them. And then you can be married to somebody for 2 months and they're your soulmate. So you can't base years off of stability. You can't say I'm going to stay because we got 10 years invested, 20 years invested. Years of doing what? Generational curses can be long marriages too, of toxicity. Yeah. My parents just stayed with each other and they treat each other crappy, but they've been together 50 years. You know what I'm saying? People do that all the time. Yeah. Oh, my grandma and dad been married 60 years, but he been beating her upside the head, and he got Miss Aileen's children down the street. And no. You got to break the curse that you're worth more. It goes for men too. Men stay with women who ain't nothing to. It ain't just always us. Yeah, it's both sided.
Yeah, because Beyonce said Beyonce said she'll be rocking my BBS diamonds if I let you go. So Beyonce was saying that bitch can't come in here and get my hard-earned money and this good platform and all this we created. Ain't no hoe coming in and messing up the dynamic. I'm kind of on that wave, Iris. It depends on how much. See, me, I'm not marrying for love no more. I can tell you that right now.
I feel it, but you know what? I feel you. See, I'm a love bug. I love love. Like my husband I got now, that's my love bug. So I married for love. I fell in love. Again, I love love. I love marriage. But don't take me there. Don't take me there. It is not going to be good.
Right.
You know?
Now, do you feel like if some of the older generation back in the day, like you were saying, your grandparents, and even I had grandparents too, that they were married 40 and 50 years and found out down the line, my grandmothers found out, a couple of my grandmas found out that there were outside children, but they worked through it, they stayed with it, they were there, and now I'm able to say I have 40 and 50 year, I've seen 40 and 50 year marriages. Do you think it's important to do for the generations, for the kids to see
no.
good solid?
I'm gonna give you two examples. I'm gonna give you a spiritual example because I was raised Kojic, and then I'm gonna give you the street example. Spiritual example: Jesus walked around with 12 homeboys that he knew for years. 4 years. These was his road dogs for years. They had a bond, a serious bond. Betrayed on him, lied on him, forsook him, didn't recognize him, stayed with him. Toxicity. When Jesus finally broke away from them, the only one that was at his feet was the whore Mary Magdalene crying for him. The one that he just met at his mama's house for supper. He just met this lady.
Talk about it. The whore.
You cannot stay in broken relationships because of history.
That's right.
You can't stay because of history. Right. This lady, when she cried and washed his feet, that meant more to him than all the people that was sitting around him, going fishing with him, getting on the boat with him, going on the mountain with him. Where were y'all when he needed you the most? Y'all fell asleep on him in the garden. Where were you when he needed you most?
I get that dynamic too, what you're saying too.
Same thing with marriage. I'm sorry, go ahead. Where are you, infidelity in a marriage, it breaks something. Even if you can repair it, it will never be the same. Right. It'll never be the same. You could try your best to put it back together. You can pray. You can laugh with each other, look at old photos in your head. The minute y'all get in an argument, it's going to right back to it. It's not worth it. Yeah. And my thing
that's why I said I'm not. Go ahead.
It's not worth the drama it brings. So I'm a talker, and I feel like if it's getting to that point, be honest with me, because I'm a good friend to have. So I feel like if we can't be together, let's be friends. If you found somebody else that you're in love with, I get it, because things happen. Just be man or woman enough to let the other person know so they get an option to do them or get an option to be happy too. If they can't make you happy, don't be selfish enough to hold on to them because of history and years, and you got kids and the family's looking up to you guys because y'all made it to 10 marks and y'all young. Be kind enough and still have some type of love for them that you'll be like, you know what? This ain't working. I want a divorce. I cheated. I did this, but I really want to be your friend. So don't be all of this, because especially in the Black community, when you divorce, it's ugly. I know. It's bad, and it doesn't have to be that way. Right. If we were more honest, but we weren't taught that.
Exactly. And one thing that I did notice though, those women that did stay in those 40 and 50 year marriages, Iris, I did vow to myself I would never be one of those, because they were miserable. You saw it wore on them for years, and they wind up when they got old, it weighed on them. The pain that they went through with their spouse and their partner, and I vowed I would never be that.
And I do feel like I don't have that patience to be that. My first marriage taught me that I didn't have that. I was taught, because I was raised in church, they told me to stay. Pray, it'll get better. Pray. You're not doing your wifely duties. You're not doing this. You're doing that. Pray, pray, pray. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm praying. I'm doing everything. And he's still doing what he want to do. What can I do? I have 2 small children. This is crazy. Then it took a friend to tell me, look, you out here look like a whole clown because y'all know each other from school, and now. Like, when does it end? You got to have some type of self-worth to cut stuff off. And if you don't, it turns bad. People feed off of that. Whatever energy you put out, that's what people feed off. People know when you're weak, and they feed off it. They know when you're too strong, too, to do something to you, and they know not to cross you that way. Yeah. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. And I absolutely thank you for your perspective, Iris, and bringing that to the table, girl. I appreciate you so much. Can you tell the people where they can look at your social media and contact you if they want to, look at you and contact you?
It's Iris Cuffy on Facebook. Sometimes every blue moon I'll do a little live, but you are more than welcome to send me a friend request and just follow my page. Some of my memes are, if you don't like them, just scroll. Don't report my page, please. I hope all of y'all have a good night. And remember, self-worth is better than sacrifice. Do not sacrifice your self-worth for history and years. It's not worth it.
All right now, Iris. Thank you so much for your perspective. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. All right.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, so that was a perspective from a wife and her look on it. We have another wife in the building, Miss Stephanie Richardson, who is my bestie. She's been married for 17, 18 years at this point. So I would love to get her perspective on what she feels about this issue. Alrighty. It says no answer from live. So stuff doesn't look like it's approving here. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Hold up. Let me exit this one and send a whole nother one. Let's see. Is it a way you can send a new one, Steph? A new request? You want to keep the discussion going? Yeah, can you send another one? I had to exit that one. Okay, because I don't know what's going on, but it was saying that there was no guard with it. But yes, this is what happens when you go live, guys. But it's all good. We're gonna keep the discussion going, and we're gonna talk more on it. Man. Okay, let me see here. I sent it. Yeah, I don't see it. It's not coming through the invite. So I just sent it now. Okay, it may take a minute because sometimes the connection and the service will take a minute. I was noticing that with Iris, it was taking a moment for her to come in or for me to get her on the live. So maybe it'll take a moment for that. I'm trying to see is there a way I can manually add you. Maybe. Let me see. Let me see if it's a way I can add. I gotta get a technical person. So if you guys out there are in technical and you want to help me out, please help me out and send your request. All of that. Send your information to my DMs because I want to get this on YouTube, which I know I can just upload it, but I want some technical. I need my videos edited. I'm gonna need some technical services. So if you guys, have any skills, hit me up. So did you get the request stuff? Bear with us, guys. It's the first night, my prototype here, so we got a couple technical difficulties. Send request. You can add them at any point. Add viewers. All right, let me try it again. Add viewers. So it says invited. It says you were invited. All right. So, Steph, what you might have to do is exit the live and then come back on. Try to exit the live completely for like 10 seconds and then come back on. All right. And while you do that, I'll go ahead and give some insight on my thoughts with this particular subject here. Should you 10, 15, 20 years? It makes me think harder because what Iris said was so true, and it's really not worth it because, like you said, you're getting exposed to diseases, you're getting your man, like I said, like it depends on the type of cheating as well, if it's emotional. Me, like I said, I look at every man at this point as capable of falling short. Like, I just do. And that could be wrong. That could be just out of hurt and pain. I don't know. But I look at every man as capable of falling short. So I look at it as, okay, we have stuff coming back. Just a moment. Let's see if we can approve this. Add. Oh, it's adding. All right, she's gonna be here. Hold on, guys. Let me give me just 1 second here. Hey. Oh, sure. I look at it. All right. Right. Hey, I need you to cut down your volume a little bit. Okay. I turned it all the way down. Or you might have to go into a room is that a bathroom?
No, it's my room.
Oh, okay. Well, do you hear the echo? I hear here. Hey.
Maybe it's multiple. Okay, I'll get out.
Yeah, exit and redo it. There we go. Okay, let me try to add you back. Okay, it's re-adding because maybe we had a bad connection. Oh, it said declined. Let's do it again. Okay. So, yeah, we add you back. Since declined again. What in the world? I don't know what's going on here, Stephanie. We just having technical difficulties all over the place tonight, guys. This is the first show. It comes with the territory. Yeah. Just try to send another request, Steph, so we can add you in here. But yeah, while we're waiting on that, let me give my side. So me, that's why I decided not to. You say she needs headphones, Ayana? She needs headphones. Okay. You got headphones, Steph? Try to put your headphones in and you got to go out and come back in. Yeah, that's what happens when we're doing everything from the bottom. Hey, Ayana, I'm glad that you were able to join, girl. You're a wife also, so hopefully at some point we can get you in here as well. I know you have your show that you're doing at 9, but if you're not busy, what have you? You said you want me to request again, Steph? All right, hold on. Let me see. It says I already invited you, so it won't let me do it again. And I definitely can't exit out because I got to keep this video going. I have some, but they aren't charged. Okay, well, just try to exit out again and try to come back and do another request. We'll try it all over again. If not, we'll have to figure out this technical difficulty to see what's going on. We'll have to figure this out for future references. Can't be having technical problems like this. This is not a good look, okay? But while we're waiting, I want you guys to not be so... Okay, here we go. We're going to try it, guys. Come on, Facebook. Okay, the next. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Well, I can't hear myself. But I'm going to let you know. So what do you feel about it?
Well, wow, there's a lot that I can touch on because it's so crazy because I
I agree with everything that Mrs. Cuffy said. There's a lot of good points that she brought up. I definitely believe that you shouldn't stay in a marriage that long and you miserable as hell. This motherfucker, excuse my language. This dude keeps on cheating on you, and you're just gonna sit there and take it. I just look at it like that's just like you literally are killing yourself every day. The fact that you know he's laying somewhere else, his head is in somebody else. A one-time infidelity? It depends on what was done. If he had a child, that's it. It's a done deal. Because every day, even though you can tell yourself that you believe him, you forgive him, you believe what he says, but in the back of your mind, you always gonna think about the fact that he did that and had a whole nother child. Like you're gonna be miserable. So I do agree with what Mrs. Cuffy said. Because that seriously, that will play on your mind every single day. You come in your bathroom crying every day, and I'm speaking because I'm like thinking about what I would do. I probably would be crying literally every day thinking about this. Like he stepped out on me and had a whole nother child. Just that one time. It only takes one time, you know. And
Let me ask you. We have about 18 how would you play? How would you let that go?
I say it's only fair to split everything down the middle, because if we have, investments together, we made this happen during the marriage, I think it's only fair to split things down the middle and call it quits. That's it. Because if you stay in this entanglement called marriage, it's just going to be back and forth. It's not going to work out. I'm just saying it's not going to work out at all. At all.
Right. I got you. I want to say with the sound to be thrown off of
Okay.
Okay. If you can try to
Okay.
Try to figure out.
How about now?
Hello?
Hello? A little bit better?
No, I can still hear myself.
Damn.
You got me on speaker?
Nope.
Oh.
Maybe my room is just really big and it's echoing off,
Yeah. Try another house.
Let me see.
Keep me up here.
Okay. Damn, like every place in here is big. Let me see. Maybe I can use one of the kids' rooms, and they're gonna have to switch with me. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. See if they got headphones.
Okay.
All right. I'll wait for you to request.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
All right, yes, guys. That was my bestie. Then she was just like Miss Cuffy. They are saying these are married women. These are married women who value their union and love their husbands. So if they're saying that one-time infidelity is a deal breaker, then that's the new wave. I guess that's the new wave. But going back to my hold on, let me see. Hold on. Going back to my view on this, just to chime in, I'm not a married woman. I used to be a married woman, and I loved my husband to the core. I loved my husband to the core. When he left, I was devastated. It was devastated. That was my first love in life, so it really broke me. I don't think I could have dealt with him being with another woman. I don't. But at the end of the day, I loved him, so I don't know if I would have want to watch her have my man. But it took, I had to see that he wanted out the marriage too. And like I said, we had a lot of things going. We were young. I was in a bad place in life. He was in a disarray with his life. We were young. So we both mutually just decided it wasn't going to work. But with me, that's why I was saying I personally would not get married for love anymore. Now, this is just being very candid. Because I almost, through all I've been through in life, I almost expect a man to mess up. I expect that. So if I'm married now, again, it's going to be for companionship, a business partner, and probably monetary gain. We got to both be on the same page. We got to be about money, be about business, be about traveling, be about all that. Love no longer. Because I feel like if you marry the man that you love, when he messes up, you're going to be so devastated. You're going to just leave. But if you marry a business partner or your friend, him stepping out on you, you're not going to be that mad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, long as there's money coming in, long as we got our bread, but you're not going to sleep with me raw. Because you out here doing you. But I'm going to keep my family together. I ain't going to let this woman come in and take, my businesses, take our good times, take what we got. But I am going to, me and him will have discussions. Like, I'm not going to be trusting you like that when it comes to sleeping with me or whatever like that. So, I mean, that's why I wouldn't marry for love anymore. But like I said, there's some women that still marry for love. And that's okay. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. But me, we're in the real world, and I ain't got time. Hey, Yana, I see you're still. All right, great. Did you send me a request? Okay, I got you. You coming? This is my girl, my ex-coworker. We used to work together. I ain't seen you in a long time. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
Long time no see.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm glad you joined me tonight. Thank you so much. You're very too. And even when I knew you from even us working together, girl, you were all about your husband. You were in love with your husband. You're a very dedicated wife. Right. So how do you feel about what we're talking about here?
I think that it goes a lot deeper than what women like to look at on the surface of it. Of marriage, I do lives, and when I do my lives, we talk about relationships, and the thing that I think that people need to realize, number one, is you have to be prepared for a marriage, because a marriage is not going to be easy. It doesn't come with an instruction manual. It doesn't come with a promise of forever, unfortunately, and it doesn't say that it's going to be perfect. Then, too, you have to know your partner and not live in a fantasy with your boyfriend, because that's what happens a lot of times, is that when women get in a relationship, they're in a fantasy with this man and they're not looking at the reality of the man. So by the time they get married, they're expecting this man to change because of a piece of paper. A piece of paper doesn't change that man, because there's already signs and warnings before you get married. And so, when women get into the marriage and then the man is cheating or he's doing all of this, it goes from, does he have mother issues? Did he already have mental issues from the start when you guys first started dating? Because guess what? None of those things leave when you get married. Now, I would say when it comes down to infidelity, I am not one to say, let's jump up and get a divorce. But I'm also not one to say I'm a weak-minded woman who cannot stand on her own 2 feet. I own my own business. He owns his own business. So I would say that another rule of thumb is make sure you're in a financial situation anyway when you get into a relationship with anyone, whether it be dating or marriage, because a lot of times women tend to stay in these relationships because they cannot financially get out of them. So if you got yourself better prepared, you're able to see, okay, you know what? This is not about finances while you're cheating. This is not about, the fact that we don't love each other. So let's figure out what's going on. I always tell women, you need to this is the problem with women. They don't know how to pray for their husbands. They
Well, go there. You can't beat Ayana.
You know,
There
they don't.
You getting to the core, girl.
Yeah, they don't. You know, because what women tend to don't understand about a marriage is that, yes, we are emotional beings. Females are emotional anyway. We go through things. We're going to cry quicker. We're going to love quicker. But it does not mean that your man is not going through things. And women tend to dismiss a man's emotions. And I just said this on my live last night, I think it was. You can't go into a relationship treating your man one way, and then you get caught up in the life of being a mother, employer, or a business owner, and stop treating your man that same way. Because you may be the reason why your man is cheating, because you have dropped off doing some things that you should have been doing in the first place. So we can't put our blame on that man. You get what I'm saying? And so it really is one of those things where it depends on why he's cheating. If he is a compulsive cheater, then this might be a mental issue this man is having. And the thing is that that's when a woman, you don't go to your friends and say, what do I do? That's when you get on your knees and say, God, what do you want me to do? Because this is a marriage up under you. I'm not married up under my friends. I'm not married up under my mama. I'm married up under God. And so sometimes God will put us in a situation to help a person, and that person might be our husband. Now, he may not say you ain't got to stay with them, but he may say, but I need you to pray for him. Because you put yourself in a situation. A lot of times, we marry people that we're not even supposed to be connected to in the first place. But since we put ourselves in that position, God said, I'm going to use you to pray for this man. Because if you can't pray for him, then how can I bring your Boaz around the corner? I can't bring him if you don't know how to pray for this one. So it's lessons in it, and I think that marriage is so much deeper than what we really look at it to be. So every situation is going to be different. I do know a couple women who've had, their husbands that have kids on them. They chose to stay. Some relationships worked out. Some relationships didn't. Individual. You get what I'm saying? It's the individual in the relationship. And so people make mistakes. People are human. I also would have to say that the time that we're living in, it's very convenient for a man or a woman to cheat. Let's just be honest. I'm sitting up here 8.5 months pregnant and I still get hit on. Like, they don't care about the belly. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. So it's like, they don't care. It's like, and then you have women that don't care that a man is married. They're okay with being a side chick. So I would say that if you're going to get married, you better be spiritual before you walk into that matrimony, because you're going to have to know how to have the power of the Lord going into a marriage, because it is very difficult. And I tell people, you're going to live up to every vow that you take. When you're saying I do, it's just not I do. It's I will go through this with you. I will stand the storm with you. I will pray for you. People don't understand that a marriage is not all blissful. Sometimes you're going to go through things, but it's about, is God telling you to stay or is God telling you to go? Just because a man cheats on you one time, he may never telling you to go. He may be telling you, you need to check yourself. People think God ain't going to talk to you like that. God will talk to you like that. Check yourself, because you're not being a wife.
You know what? You really took it to a new level with that, because that's really that you can't even deny that, because that could be what it is. Like, it's got to be all about God being in the midst of that and what He's telling you to do with your marriage. Because we could sit and play and say this and this and that and look cute with it, but are you supposed to stay there with that and fight that through and beat it with that soulmate and keep that vow under God? That's the real thing too,
Yeah, I mean, nobody's saying, and I'm not saying that you're supposed to stay through it. Some situations like I said, you was never supposed to be in the first place. So,
right.
It's like you going through this because you're not with the person you're supposed to be with in anyway. So, and if God is telling you to go, then go. But
ultimately, you got to pray about it, because you got to pray that if you were supposed to be in this, then you were supposed to be in this. If not, you need to go anyway. So ultimately, you're saying prayer needs to be to make your decision.
Honey, if you don't have prayer in a marriage, honey, then you don't have a marriage. I'm gonna be honest with you. You just don't have one.
So let me ask you this: do you say a Buddhist? What about people that are Buddhists? People that are that have other religions that they don't look at God. Are you just saying that you just need to have something stronger than you and that other individual?
You do. You're gonna have to have something spiritual in the midst of a marriage, because you got to understand something. Anything that is against God is going to be attacked. So, let me rephrase it. Anything that's for God is going to be attacked. So if a marriage is for God, you know a marriage is going to be up under attack anyway. It's going to be. You can talk to people that have been married for 35, 40 years and they say, how did you make it? And they'll be like, through the grace of God. You know, they're not playing through the grace of God. I mean, and the thing is that I think too that when it comes down to women, it's one of the things too, because cheating is one thing, but I had left my husband for a spiel because you didn't see me. That's very big for me in a relationship. I need you to see me. I need you to acknowledge me. I need you to acknowledge who I am to you. Because a lot of times in a marriage that can get lost. And that is one of the things too that can send somebody out here to cheat, because they're not being seen. They're not being respected. They're not being acknowledged for being the mother, to being the caregiver, being the chauffeur, being the business owner. You're not being seen for this stuff. So it's like, you know what, let me step away and let me show you who I am. Because the thing is that a woman has to always remember who you are. You have to remember your value in life, in yourself. You have to remember who you are as far as when your kids are looking at you, but most definitely when your partner is supporting you and loving you and pushing you, that makes you go even harder, and that builds a bond with you and this man. So I had women was like, you left your husband because he didn't see you. Yes, I did. Because my worth is worth more than that. You're gonna see me. If you can't see me, that means you're gonna see somebody else. So I gotta see if I'm worth you still looking at and chasing after. Because if I'm not, then let me go ahead and step to the side. Because obviously I'm not her. I'm not the one that you still want to be with. So it's like I feel like that women are more keen to stay anyway, compared for cheating purposes, than you know what I'm saying, than just walking away and saying, you know what? And sometimes that's what's needed, is a little bit of separation, because you do lose that I see you in a marriage. You can lose that. You can lose that because you've been with this person so long that you're so comfortable with the fact that this person's not going anywhere. Like, you're going to be here. You're not going anywhere. I can do this and it's going to be okay. And, you have to remind that person of, sometimes you as a woman got to stand in the mirror and be like, you that bitch. You her. You get what I'm saying? You that boss. You get what I'm saying? You her. Don't you forget that, because even if he can't see it, you better remember, because the confidence is a lot of times what draws a man to a woman anyway. It's the confidence, the way she carries herself, the way she acts. But we can lose that in a marriage. We can lose ourselves in a marriage. So me being married for 16 years, I can honestly say it has been a lot of ups, a lot of downs. It's been a lot of good times, a lot of tears, a lot of confessions, a lot of I like you, I don't like you, but I hate you, but I love you. It's a lot, but as long as you have communication and openness, that's one thing that we were very big on when the kids were younger, was an open door policy with the kids and an open door policy with our marriage. I need you to come and talk to me. If you got urges, come and talk to me about this. Let's sit down and let's have a conversation about these urges you having. But if a man feel like he is also trying to be mothered, that's something that women tend to do, is mother their men, or you want to overshadow your men, or you want to control your man. You're not allowing that man to be a man. That man needs to learn to step up and say, hey, look, I love you, but the way you're treating me, I can't deal with this right here. This right here ain't going to work for me. And a woman needs to be able to have her own voice too in a marriage, to say, look, I love you, but the way you're treating me, the way you're acting towards me, the way you don't even look at me, the way you don't touch me anymore, this is a problem for me. I feel like if we could have that in more marriages, then you could have a long, blissful marriage because you have open communication. But if somebody keeps shutting that door for that, and they're not willing to sit down at the red table and have this conversation, then you're going to have cheating. So,
yes, absolutely. I thank you so much for your... Girl, you gave us a word. Girl, you just put it to a whole... I got goosebumps right now.
You're so crazy.
You just gave it a whole deeper meaning and understanding of what the spiritual union really is. Only because we got other topics, Ayana. Can you please tell the people where to contact you, what you do, a little bit about yourself, and where they can come to your platform?
Okay. The name is actually it's SYL Readings. I am a natural born gifted reader. I don't use any cards, anything like that. I was actually naturally born with my gift. So I do readings, and the page is SYL Readings on Facebook. On Instagram, it is Intuitive Nikki M, and that's where people can see me at.
Yeah. All right, Nikki. Congratulations, girl. And let me get another invite to that baby shower. I hope I can make this one.
No, it's already passed. It was last Saturday.
Oh my God. Yes. Why didn't you tell me?
Good, because you know what? We did it in my hometown. We didn't do it in Raleigh. So it was in my hometown. Yeah, with my friends and family in my hometown. So, yeah, but it's okay, girl. It's okay.
Well, I'll send her that baby something too. So just give me the info the day the baby's born, and I'll send that over to you too, okay?
Okay, I appreciate you, sweetie.
Oh, yes. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I'm going to need you again. So I hopefully every Thursday at 8, you'll stay tuned. And maybe you can chime in and give more of that deep realness, girl.
Okay, girl. I'm here for it.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Yes. Hey, Candace. Hey, girl. Yes. So we're going to get Stephanie back on the line in just a moment so she can chime in. Let me just say something. We're going to stay on this topic a little bit more, and then we've got some other hot stuff to talk about as well, and we want to CC some people in on that email. So let me see if we can get Steph back. Hold on. I have 2 requests. Ayana. Okay, we got Ayana, and we're going to do Steph and see if Steph can get back on the line. We had a bit of technical difficulty. Hold on, let me see. It's still not doing it, Steph. What the? This is like a bad technical night for me, guys. So I'm gonna exit it, Steph, and then try to just exit and come back in one more time and see if we can do a fresh restart if you could. But yes, Ayana gave some deep insight, honey, on the bond. At the end of the day, you don't know if you're supposed to be there with that person for a deeper reason. So just because something in life happened that seemed devastating to some people, it might be a test and a trial that you might need to overcome to see a whole nother way of life and a whole nother level of greatness. So at the end of the day, I kind of, from what I took from what Ayana was saying, was you got to pray, ultimately, because you might supposed to have been in that marriage, or you might not supposed to have been in that marriage. So you need to pray before you make any drastic decisions, because marriage is definitely a deep union. So, okay, hey, Steph. All right, so we're going to try again another request to see if that works. And then we've got another hot topic tonight. Well, this is good, guys, because it seems like it's really good discussions going on. And that's definitely what I wanted to spark. And so the show might go longer than I expected, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so it says that connection and stuff. Okay.
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Now we're good. Now go ahead and elaborate, girl. Let's get your 2 cents on this thing and really where you at with it. Just elaborate a little bit more on where you feel and if you agreed with some things you heard or where you're at with it.
Actually, there was some things that was said tonight that I didn't really look at. So it kind of opened my eyes a lot on both Miss Cuffy and you said Iris is her name.
Ayana.
Mm-hmm. Ayana. I definitely feel what they're saying, but I'm gonna tell you what I feel about it. I mean, there's been some share of some form of infidelities in my 16-year marriage, and
hold on, girl, you telling me some shit? I ain't know.
You know about this stuff. You already know.
Girl.
You already know about this stuff. And
okay.
In many different forms. It was many different forms. I told you about the girl on his phone and all that, his best friend and everything. So, it depends on the type of cheating. Like I said before, if there was a child that came from that, I absolutely cannot deal. I think it's worth separating yourself, because all you're gonna do is think about you're just gonna every single day. And me, I'm just saying that from my own point of view. I think that I won't be able to handle that. I think it's best to walk away.
Yeah.
You can still be friends, but it will take me a while to even come to that friend zone because I'm still bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to be honest. I'm gonna say bitter because I may be bitter. I might be a lot of emotions running through.
Gotcha.
But as far as other types of cheating, I think that I can move past some things. Long as there's no disease that came from that in children, outside children, I think I can be able to get past that. We can work through that with marriage counseling, all types of things. So, and I've been through that.
So you said the outside children is a deal breaker for you. Outside children. Okay.
Right.
Can you elaborate more on why that would be such a deal breaker? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Because for one, that is one of the first things I said before we even got married. That was one of the things that, look, if you do this, that's it. I was already, on my foot on that one with him, and he was, we was here, so we agreed. Even me, if I, stepped out on him and that happened, it's done. Same with him, So that's because it was said from the start before we got married.
Gotcha.
That's the only reason why I stand cold on that one.
Yes, I got you. Some things are just deal breakers for people, but at least at the beginning you said it, and and so you guys had an agreement and an understanding, and so if that deal breaker is lost, then that means the deal is over. So I get that. From what I've heard tonight, and like I said, most of you women were that chimed in and CC'd on this email were women that's been in marriages for 10 or more years. Definitely. So that was some good insight that you guys had gave. So yeah, it's a good discussion, man. It's good to hear different avenues. So we're gonna do the next email stuff, and since you're here with me already on live, we're gonna go ahead and just bounce it off each other here. Now, me and you, we talk a lot. So we have a lot of things that we be like, things need to hit, public. It definitely happens within our communities, our families, within womanhood, and some things aren't talked about. One thing I hit you with recently was the colorism that I experienced in my family growing up. I felt like the light-skinned women were treated better than the dark-skinned women. I felt like there was favoritism and everything just because of skin color. For me, I'll just give a bit of my views on this. It hurt me to the core because I didn't want to. Well, for one, it was a point in time where I was too young to really determine what it really was, right? But when I got older and I noticed some things and heard some rumors, I said, "Oh, this must have been because I was dark skinned." Because I've actually heard people say, my father had told me once that it was said that my grandfather was not, and I was like, that's not true. He was even livid about it and couldn't believe it was said. And I was like, well, no, that's talks of in the family that you have a different father and everything. And it's like, oh no. So it was said that we wasn't even, my bloodline we wasn't even real family. In the family didn't come from the same great grandparents because of our skin complexion. So that's when I knew if my family was colorism. I said, oh no, it's not that they did anything better than me. It's not that they were nicer than me. It's not that they made better grades. It's not that they were more well-mannered. I felt like a lot of the favoritism was just because of skin color. Mm-hmm. And then when I got older, I actually had cousins in my family come and tell me, guess what, Brittany, we felt the same way. And we looked up to you and we watched you and you made us feel good about the color we were. But the family as a whole made us feel
out like an outsider. So when I came and talked to you about this, you had some views. What was some things that you thought when I brought this to your attention?
Well, first, I was pretty. Matter of fact, that gave me a idea as to why, over the years of our friendship, why you felt a certain way about light-skinned women. Because I was confused. I've always been confused, but I never really said anything. I just kind of let you go ahead and just, say what you need to say, because I really didn't really understand that, because I grew up in a household. My mom was dark-skinned, the same complexion you were, and she was absolutely beautiful. I thought she was the beautifulest thing walking. So with me, I didn't see colorism like that. Even though I was slightly lighter, I didn't even look at it. I thought we was just black. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference in, skin color and all. I didn't even see it that way. Maybe I was oblivious and really not open, not woke, as what people would say today, to know that. It's because I've been around a beautiful dark-skinned woman my whole life, which was my mother. Right. So it was hard for me to decipher what she was saying. I was like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
So when you said that, I started to see, it started to conjure up my memory of things that I've been seeing on TV.
Yeah.
Which I'm seeing a lot of that. And even people in my family.
Okay. So tell me, do you think that that's a real thing? Like, people actually, even in our black community, treat each other differently because of skin complexion?
It's a movement. I believe it's a real thing. It's a movement.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. Do you believe that happens even in the entertainment industry, in the music videos, in the movies, all of that?
Most definitely. Yeah. I see that all the time, and it actually angers me.
Yeah.
It really does.
It was something interesting you told me when we talked. You said that you had never experienced that up north where you grew up. You already you saw that down south when you came.
Yes, that's when I first learned about colorism, when I first moved down here.
Yeah. So that's weird. Yeah, so I think that's the downside. Because like I was telling you, too, when I had friends that I met, like different nationalities, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Asians, white, they were, I would tell them this story and tell them things, and they would be like, Brittany, no, where are we from? There's people dark like you. And I'm like, in Asia? They're like, yeah. I'm like, in the Dominican? Yeah. They're dark like you, Brittany. Skin color doesn't mean anything when you're black or when you're a brown person. We come in all different type of shades. It doesn't mean something, because I used to feel so like inferior because of my skin complexion, because everyone I grew up around pretty much was lighter than me. Mm-hmm. So it was like a really tough situation. Even in the entertainment world, with me trying to be into movies and singing, I feel like the light-skinned girls are more favored. I feel like they're more favored.
I think you're echoing again. It's a problem again. It's crazy. I can hear it. You're saying it like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, I hear it 3 times.
Okay, take your headphones out the phone and put them back in.
Oh, they're wireless, so I'm just, maybe I gotta turn them off.
Okay, can you turn them? Yeah, try to cut them off and on.
Okay. Well, this is
crazy. I hear you good. I hear you good now.
I just turned them off.
Try to cut them off and on.
Okay. You hear me? Well, this is
I hear you good. I hear you good now.
I just turned them off.
Like,
try to cut them off and on.
Okay. You hear me? Well, this is
I hear you good. I hear you good now.
I just turned them off.
Like,
try to cut them off and on.
Okay.
Probably exactly what I said. I hear you good now. I just try to cut them off.
See, you say the same thing.
Probably exactly what I said. I hear you good now. I just try to cut them off.
See, you say the same thing.
Hey, Steph, I'm going to exit you. I'm gonna exit you, and you exit and try to come back and try them on with the put the headphones back on, recharge them. I'm gonna re-add you because I think we had a bad connection.